everyone, it's Saturday morning. I'm gonna rotate the teeth on the buncher. We got the big boss with us. The teeth don't look that bad, but I really whaled a rock. It's amazing how much these teeth will take, but or right there, but it really it like wore off the edge, and it doesn't, the point doesn't look that bad, but it really doesn't like cutting big hardwood like that. And I could run it like that, but I don't like putting that extra pressure on the disc and the bearing. So I bought this right angle kind of, I don't know what they actually call it, ratchet or battery operated right angle ratchet, or not very powerful, but I bought this after watching a YouTuber that I just started following, I don't know, a couple months ago, the Daily Logger. He's out in like Washington or Oregon, out in the Pacific Northwest, and he runs an 870, and he was doing kind of a tutorial on how he rotates his teeth, and it's, anybody who's ever done it knows it's kind of a pain. So this is just the slickest as far as I'm concerned. It's the slickest little way to do things. And so I just do that, flip it, clean it up a little bit, suck it, and do each one, and then go back through with my breaker bar and just snug them up a little. Pretty friggin' handy. I don't know your name, Daily Logger, but thanks. Alright, well, this is another thing I bought. Don't mind the mess, but that's a Flowfast can and pump that I saw the Daily Logger using for gear oil for the, you can't see him, but the planetaries on his buncher. And I was going to do the same thing. I'm going to buy another one. That one I put motor oil in, 1540. We run Simpico, and I used it the other week to change oil in the processor. The processor, you're going to tilt the cab up, and where the oil fill is, it's a wicked pain. You're always, it's hard not to spill the oil and stuff. And with this, you just stick this little snout in there and crank it. You can't, when it was a little colder out, so you can't go too fast, or else it will come out of it can't go into the fill spout fast enough. But geez, that was handy, and it'll be even easier for that, because that whole hood flips down, and I can set that's 10.5 gallons. So I'm gonna buy another one for gear oil, and I didn't quite get all the way. I was organizing the trailer, and I've still got to do a little bit, but I can tuck it right in there. I want to get another one for gear oil, and then I might buy a cheaper one. They had like a 30-gallon one that wasn't a Flowfast for bar and chain oil, because one of the things that we have for clutter is just the jugs and stuff, like the gallon jugs for bar and chain oil and all that stuff. Well, if you had just 2 or 3 containers with pumps on them, you could just fill them up and then go to the dumpster. Well, that's really handy. So I got the teeth rotated. Nice. It's gonna be so nice. I did buy a new truck. It's all leather. It's nice. Wes got my old one. It's let's see if we can. It's a 2022 2500 GMC. It's an SLT with an 8-foot bed. And I have never had an 8-foot bed with a full crew cab. And I have to tell you, I like it. And these newer style pickups, I don't know if it's because they have that little thing up there, but to me it doesn't look as long. And it's got, which I don't really care about, it's got the like 40 different folding tailgate. Oh, hold on a second. Well, I don't even know how to do it. There we go. And then this thing flips up. I gotta take my gloves off. And it comes down to, I'm not gonna flip it down because I think if you have the, you gotta be careful, if you have the Reese hitch in, this part will hit. So I really don't want to damage it already, but most of my buddies and stuff have made fun of me because it's got the grampy handlebar right there. I used it changing the service in the processor, and I used it where you flip it down and it turns, that top thing turns into a step. It was, I hate to say it, but it was actually pretty damn handy. So, but so far it's got the new 6.6 gas job in it. I don't know, I like it. It's definitely got better torque than old 6-liter. Of course, Wes has my old pickup, and we traded in his old one. It was kind of necessary. His needed to be traded in or upgraded. So, and I'm sorry it's been a while since I've done a video. About 3 weeks or so. We were in Rome, now we're in Sumner. It's November 20th, I think. I think last time I talked about, we had hired somebody and that sort of fell through. I was a little disappointed, but that's all right. But consequently, somebody else came along that I'm much more excited about. I think that it's going to be a much better fit, and he's excited, we're excited, and so it looks like, I can't see him backing out, so that's a good thing. So he's going to run the processor, and we might put him in the buncher because he has worked in the woods before, but he's mainly we're going to try and get him in the processor and get him up to speed, and then hopefully we'll be, you know, doing what I think. And I did a bunch of numbers, and I can do that now because I have the bookkeeper and stuff. And what it looks like, preliminary, is that because of not having a third guy, we lose a lot of time when we move or if I break down. So the production gets sucked up because I've been running both of these. So it looks like we should gain a 30-40% in our average production through the working year. That would be my goal, and I think if that works that way, everything's gonna work out pretty well. Now we'll get some fuel, and then we'll go do a little bunching. This thing's still recording? I guess so. Hey, I'm back! Well, we're letting it fuel up and stuff, and if I look and sound a little different, I've had a little bit of a cold this week. It's been not COVID, but a cold going around. Here's the inside of a GMC. And coffee. There's more buttons than I know what to do with. Well, it's not crazy though, it's pretty simple. And I've been trying to, I gotta charge up my little handy dandy tool there. I got some leather wipes. I got a few things I gotta clean up, and I bought this little mini like car vacuum. It's actually pretty handy. I wanted to have something that was easy, that I didn't have to pull out a shop vac or something, and I could just quickly, zip some dog hair up, and it's pretty handy. This is the nicest truck I've ever owned, and I'd like to keep it that way. Timber is no longer allowed to ride in the front. Are you happy about that, Timber? Timber? Yeah, I don't know whether he cares or not. He seems to be happy. He just likes to go for rides. So he's got to stay in the back, which is good because whenever I stop somewhere, I have to pull this up because he will jump in the front. But so far, I really like the truck. The third guy, I think he's going to be a great addition. I think he has a broad set of skills, and I think Wes and him are going to get along really well. And hopefully, Wes is kind of reiterated over and over again that this is kind of the last piece of the puzzle for right now, is having that third guy, and then it will be updating equipment. I almost own the processor. I have a feeling before too long we'll probably outgrow it and need something a little bigger, a little heftier maybe, to kind of put the production through that we want to. But it's only got a little under 5,000 hours. I'd like to run it a little bit longer. I think I'm going to pay it off probably pretty soon. The last payment's in May, but I'm going to pay it off before then. So I think it's going to be good. It's going to give me some slightly more free time, I think. So I'll have a little more time to do YouTube videos. That'll be fun. And more time to kind of pay attention to maintenance and supplies and what everybody needs and that sort of thing. Looks like the fuel's run out, so hold on. I'll be back. I know it's Harbor Freight, but I did stop and buy this bigger air hammer and a air chisel set. It actually had some fairly decent reviews online, and at least it's not made in China. It's made in Taiwan, which not much better. I'd rather buy American, and I try to when I can. But I really wanted this because I use chisels a lot for like the fittings that you'd have to take like 5 other ones to get off, and you can take a chisel and get the fitting undone. And especially in the valve bank, and at some point I watched one of the Cat mechanics use one of these and just have wanted to buy one for a while because this has got some, it's not super bad, but it's getting a little leaky in the valve bank area, and I figured if I had the right tool and could zip some of those lines off and put new O-rings on it, I'd be more likely to do it with the right tool. Because if you don't have the right tool, it can be a super pain in the butt. So it'd be good to have anyways. We'll see how it works. Well, we're off to the races. Timber's in the front. We're gonna head in here and lay down a little wood. So anyways, yeah, I mean, oh, this Sunday. Saturday morning, not super early. Said I've been kind of had some sort of head cold this week, and I really didn't slow down at all, so pretty tired. Slept good, slept in a little bit, didn't get up till 6:30 or something, 6 o'clock. Wanted to come rotate the teeth. Like I said, I showed you those teeth, and what it does is it's I'm trying to think how to describe it, but it's not a flat surface with the 2 cutting points. Those cutting points are angled out, so they kind of scoop into the wood as they come around. And the way that one, the point wasn't racked, but it was kind of ground flat. So so you basically had to push it into the tree, and the top point was doing all the cutting, and you could really feel that. I don't really know how to describe it. I can only describe it as like biting a fork. Just, So some guys will run those teeth so messed up and just jam that disc in there and stall it right out and wonder why they have troubles with bearings in the saw head and and don't get hours out of a disc. So I tend to be somebody who likes to, same with the processor. I watch some YouTube videos of guys with 3/4 inch saw chain and just trying to just cut terrible, and that drives me nuts. I won't run a harvester chain longer than as soon as I can tell it's dull at all. And if you have plenty, it's not a big deal. And I have that Diamond carbide sharpening wheel, and it takes hardly any time to touch one up if you don't just, dull it right up. So to me, it's, that's just the way I operate. So anyways, we're gonna do a little cutting here, and then maybe I'll be back before we get done for the day. We'll catch you later. So what a difference. I always love it when I change rotate the teeth. World of difference. So much smoother, so much easier. It's gonna be hard to tell because I don't have my GoPro, and this is one-hand operated, but that's probably like a 20-inch oak tree, red oak. I'm gonna try and do this smoothly with my elbow in one hand. See how smooth that was? Oh baby. All right, well, we're Timber and I are done working. It's about a little after 1. And we're driving out here, and Wes has got a nice start. This really didn't look too bad. There's actually some like real good gravel underneath the there's kind of a slimy loam on top, and it's kind of still a little froze up today, but we're not gonna be able to do any trucking out of here unless we get some, which I think that's the plan, get some gravel. So Wes has got a pretty nice start in here, but it's wicked greasy, and then I'll show you on my way out here. Then it goes out, kind of down through here. There's kind of a tight little corner, and we go right by this house, and it comes out right across the road from a pond, and like coming down through here, it doesn't look that bad, and it's not super deep, but it's wicked slimy. That you'd have no control over the truck, and it's ledge here and kind of tilted, and it's just wicked greasy. And if we were gonna try trucking out of here every trip, we'd have to pull the truck up in, and then he'd come shooting down out of here like a toboggan, and as soon as we get out on the tar road, he'd unload about, there's a big rock right on the corner here too, so if you didn't come around this corner right, that would be a problem. And even with pickups coming out through here, you're not driving fast by the house, and when you get out on the tar road, all the mud comes slinging off. We're coming to the end of the driveway, and you can see the pond right here, and I think probably the truck will go that way to the left, but we go to the right here, and you'd get so much friggin' mud on this road if you didn't put gravel there that it probably would be an issue. You can kind of hear it all hitting the bottom of my truck. So right beside, nice little pond. You know what the pond's name is, Timber? Guess what? It's a Labrador pond. Oh boy, it's named after you. All right, everybody. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I haven't done one in a while, and hopefully I can get back on track, especially once the new guy starts. I should have a little more free time to be a little more regular with it, or even a little more creative. So like, subscribe, comment, and we'll catch you later.